late, but somehow I was getting the notification that I need a passcode. So I was like,
Yeah.
so I have to send an email to Cesar to see if he was able to help me because I was like, what to do?
I don't do passcodes.
It was in the email that it has the meeting ID and the passcode. I put twice the meeting ID and was wrong. And then the third time, the passcode and was right. So.
Well, technology, it's so amazing. So nice to see many faces. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I was thinking about something that actually catch my attention. And that is, I would like to just for now, I would like to post this quote right there, and I will share with you a little bit of how we are gonna do this meeting and a little bit of the history of the meeting and how what we want to get out of this meeting. So I want to share with you a little bit of the history. These meetings actually start 8 years ago here in Denver, Colorado. And actually start with a small group of women from different countries. So we used to go to different restaurants from different countries. That's how we start doing it. And then guys start joining it. And that was very fun. And there used to be more women who were more often actually getting together than men. Somehow, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's your experience, but we women have the ability to just create. We are creatives. We knit. We are more consistent. I don't know what it is. So when the pandemic came, I proposed that this meeting should be online. And I am very happy because now we can connect with, women from around the world. And this is more global. So I am very happy where we are right now because no matter where we are, we can connect and we can have these conversations. So I want to share also how this meeting is going. It's going to go. We're going to introduce ourselves. We start by introducing ourselves. We're going to share where we are located. Up to you. You're going to share where you're from. Sometimes it's very interesting how we can find out a little bit more about people and like where they is from. And then we're going to share what kind of business we have, what kind of work we do, and what will be an ideal lead for us. Let's be very specific about that because the more we know about what do you need, the better off we are when we just are able to say, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So, and then I always add a little bit of a sparkle there just to get to know each other better. And today I put this quote because this quote is about creating habits. So with that, I would like you to think about what is one of the habits that you have that actually has been working for you? What do you do? What is the thing that you incorporate in your life or have incorporated in your life and has worked for you? So I'm going to start with myself and then I will pass to someone else. When you get your turn, you pass to someone else. Then after that, we're going to reunite and we're going to learn a little bit from each other. I strongly believe that people work with the people that they like. So creating that sense of knowing us, each other, finding about who we are is actually such a great thing for us. It's what I call social capital. Same way that we put money in the bank, we are today putting money in our social capital and pays a lot. So my name is Maria Pannan, and I am from Bogota, Colombia, but I have been living in Denver for the last 30 years. I have an online institute. So I certify leaders from different industries, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. I work with the US Department of Education to get these certifications, even though my business is not, I'm not working directly with the US Department of Education. My institute is regulated by the US Department of Education. So I work with leaders from here, but also I have leaders actually in Africa and UK that actually get the certification. A good lead for me is really anybody. It doesn't have to be the CEO. It doesn't be in the C-suite. It's anybody who really want to learn about the history, the laws, the legal, all the legal part, what to do and how to implement the strategies of DEI. So anybody who really want to learn and do it right. Anybody who's willing to really take the step of learning and invest in themselves and in their organizations. So that's about the lead for me. Now, about a habit that I think has been working for me for the last 15 years is, when I do something, when I'm proud of something, I try to give myself a gift. So one day I wanted to give myself a gift. So I went to Barnes & Noble because I want to get a book for myself. I couldn't find anything, but just leaving the store, I saw this very nice box. Actually, I have it here because I work with this. I saw this very nice box that really catch my attention. And the box said, transform your life through handwriting. And handwriting has been always really interesting to me because I always pay attention to handwriting. There are handwriting that is, oh, this is nice, or I just something. For example, doctors, I never get that handwriting. The doctors, I don't know how they write. I don't understand doctors' handwriting, but there is people who have really nice handwriting. And this is something that really resonates with me. And this handwriting is the graphic representation of how we see the world. And I said, wow, this is really cool. So anyway, so I went through this. I got this rather than the book. I got this box. And this is old fashioned because this one used to come with actually 2 CDs, a journal, a book. And I started doing this program, and has been one of the best habits I have is writing every day. So it's working for me. And now I'm going to pass to Anita.
Okay, good morning. You may see a cat walk across my screen any moment. She's deciding. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody. Anita Rodal, the president of SVPI Services. Globally, I represent 3 of the world's largest non-bank foreign exchange companies. They save importers money and time with their cross-border payments. Within the US, I broker business loans and equipment financing. This can be SBA loans up to $5 million, term loans up to $15 million, and payable financing for importers. I also offer elevator pitch training. You can go to my website aboutyourelevatorpitch.com. So let's see. I am currently located in Manhattan Beach. I've been in this area since 2003. I've moved around Southern California. I was born in Santa Monica, lived in Venezuela for 3.5 awesome years, which is where Beatriz is from. And that's how we know each other through my ex. They were friends from elementary school. So we have an amazing group of people from there. Let's see, ideal lead for me would be US importers, because not only can I help them lower their costs of sending their foreign payments, and specifically, I like to work with people who are importing from Europe. It just makes it easier because there's some countries that don't want to be paid in dollars. But European exporters and manufacturers, very happy to, I take that back. There are some countries that want to be paid in US dollars, in which case there's no currency exchange going on. So I like working with people who are importing from Europe because I know that there's going to be currency exchange going on. Plus, I can help them with their payable financing. So you can actually get financing so that whatever you're importing, it's going to take you a bit to sell it. Maybe you're giving your buyers terms if you're doing business to business. but it's nice to have some breathing room. So I can do two things for people who are importing from Europe specifically. But it can also be Mexico, South America. Again, if they're not dollarized, that's awesome. And then habits. So I've never been a fan of habits. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I figure, if I want to do something for myself, I just need to make the decision and do it. So I'm a very spontaneous decision maker. And when I make a decision, it's done. Like if, day I cut out sugar, that was done. That was like 12 years ago. If I'm going to do it, I just don't need to wait for a holiday to do it. That being said, recently I have some side projects that I'm working on developing that someday will be my main gig. And I found that I wasn't setting aside enough time to focus on them. And so I started this little mantra when I was in Spain, actually, in May, because I had a month to just get away and focus on what I wanted to focus on. So no regular work, all pet project. And I came up with a little mantra that mornings are for mindset. And so through the month, as I was doing research on things that would forward that goal, I kind of put them in my everyday part of my calendar. So first thing in the morning, I have two sections that are all about mindset, and they're statements to remind me what my focus is, what I want to do, and they're statements that I feel are realistic enough, but futuristic enough. In other words, they're doable, they're achievable, but they're a way big push from where I am now. But every morning, except today because it was early, I'll do it later afterwards. It's still morning. First thing I do is I wake up and I go to that. I don't look at my emails. I don't look at who's texted me overnight. I don't look at WhatsApp. I just focus on mindset. I'm literally still in bed, and I just first thing in my brain is mindset, so that I throughout the day am programmed to say, I can do this project, because there's always that negative self-talk and that, imposter syndrome, like, oh, you can't ever do that. You can't start a multi-million-dollar company. Well, yeah, I can. And I work on it every single day. Little habits every single day. Imperfect, what they say, imperfect progress every single day. So,
Thank you, Anita. You wanna call someone?
yeah, Beatriz.
I knew it. Hello, everyone. Beatriz Rodriguez Vera. I'm Venezuelan, as Anita say. I'm living in Brazil, in a city, the name of the city is Valinhos in Sao Paulo state. I run a business of consultant, BMRB Consulting, which is all about quality assurance, industrial microbiology, open innovation, and coaching. The focus, the industries are cosmetics, pharma, household care, liquids, any product that can be microbial contaminated. I can work with all of them and good manufacturing practices. The ideal lead is any company in those industries, but I do believe that the ones that require a lot of the services are the contract manufacturing companies offering contract manufacturing services. Habits. Well, I consider myself highly organized. It's not rigid, I'm flexible, but I think that this rule the success of my life. I really have time to do sports are things that I like to do different than work because the organization. I'm always learning. I do believe in continuous improvement process, so I establish some goals to learn new things, to update my knowledge. And I do a lot similar to what Maria say. I do a lot of handwriting, but more like mind maps. So I structure my thoughts in diagrams or these kind of things, and then I transform all this in blogs, articles, reflections, and I use all these things for the social media. No, this way I create awareness, continuous awareness for the services that we provide. And the other thing that really worked for me is personal finance. Okay, from a long time ago, I have a short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals regarding finance, and I have that organized, including investments. I think this really is very good because I can, for example, my kids, my youngest, are now living alone in Sao Paulo and 2 hours away. And we save for the car. One of them have a car because we save for that. And then have everything planned in a way that we feel more comfortable with the change. And this is just an example how we handle things, or how I handle things. That's me.
Thank you, Beatriz. You wanna call someone? Beatriz, you wanna call someone?
Sally.
Good morning. And I promise I don't drink during meetings. Just for those that were on earlier. Well, so excited to be here. This is my second meeting and joined the Global Chamber just a few weeks ago. I'm Sally Pace. I'm the CEO of Connect Healthcare Collaboration. I'm based in Memphis, Tennessee. Our company's based in Memphis, but we have employees across the United States. And our company, Connect, or CHC, is an employee benefits marketing firm. We touch every component of the U.S. employer-sponsored health plan spectrum. So that means we help Point Solutions market themselves to the advisor community and into the employer space. We help employers and brokers or advisors educate employees by using either clinical advocacy, so a team of nurses, or we help with benefits advocacy, helping understand enrollment offerings and onboarding. And then finally, we've built a platform, our last business line, we built a platform called the Granite List, and it is a platform for any point solution in the intrinsic benefits space. So it can be workers' comp, it can be voluntary benefits, it can be leadership training and development. It is a platform that allows for those point solutions to be found by benefits leaders in the same way that OpenTable does for restaurants or TripAdvisor does for hotels. And the reason we exist is because in the US, 68% of all employers state that their employees don't take full advantage of benefits, and yet less than 12% of the US population is healthcare literate. Medical bankruptcy is the number one cause of bankruptcy in our country. And so there's a big disconnect, and we fill in the gaps for that. Our ideal client is either any solution that is looking to market their services in the benefits arena to the employer population, or employers that have 500 employees and above, including a global workforce, but are US based on the advocacy, benefits advocacy and clinical advocacy side. And my habit is, I went from the corporate arena to being a scrappy entrepreneur in 2017. And my objectives had to change. I was no longer working for someone else, but was accountable for the payroll of people working for me. And I know a lot of you have been in that position as well, which is a wonderfully scary spot to be in. So it's important for me to organize my day. I'm a talker and I could get side railed in one meeting and it could last for 3 hours. And so every day I start with a list that is numerically ordered. What do I need to get done each day? And no, it's not what's most important, but I look at chunks of time. What is realistic to get done in the 30 minutes I have available here or the hour I have here? And then I go back once I've organized it and I put an R beside what is revenue generating, because as the chief hat wearer, I need to spend at least 50%, if not more, of my day working towards generating revenue for our company. So that's my habit to keep me focused and having fun, but more focused. So with that, I will pass it to blockchain. Oh, you've already changed it. It was blockchain mom 2. Jackie, I'm a mom
Thanks.
too.
I changed it just to make it easier for everyone to see. So
Thank
this
you,
is
Sally. It's Jackie. Can I interrupt you a little bit before you start? I see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 names in our screen, and I would love if someone from those names are joining us to please turn the camera on. We love faces here. We do. So thank you so much. It's just nothing better than just to connect with faces and people. Thank you so much. I see RT is here. So thank you. Okay, now go back to you. Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So I'm really excited to be here just because of the many hats that I'm wearing that sometimes prevent me from being here. So one of those hats, which I do love all my hats, but I'm currently still teaching during the day. I'm both a lawyer as well as, and I'm nationally board certified as a special educator. And I was going to retire this past year, but logistics, because of my school, I decided not to. So a lot of times when you have these meetings, I'm unable to come. And so I'm really excited about summertime because now I can come in and meet with you guys. So I am a serial entrepreneur. And I ended up becoming a teacher because I'm a single parent, and she's 27, out doing great things. But I had to kind of do a readjustment of my time so I could figure out how to fuel my passion. And one of the areas that I'm really interested in is technology. So about 9 years ago, I stepped into the cryptocurrency space, and I did start a talk show called Crypto Mom 2 because I was having trouble finding resources that I could trust. So with the talk show, and I invite anyone to come on because I have 4 talk shows, I started interviewing people around the world. So I learned about crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain, which is different. And I ended up becoming the CEO of the Blockchain Legal Institute. And I'm also the CEO of the Maryland Blockchain Association because I live in Maryland. I know I should have said where I live first, but I've traveled the world. So I do view myself as an international citizen. But my passion is about educating people about the innovative technologies that are happening now, so that that can be a new career path, as well as a business use. But I'm also very sensitive and knowledgeable that we also need consumer protection. So, there's a lot going on, which is why the Blockchain Legal Institute is created. It's for educational growth and workshops, which I host many, and I'm also an author of many books. So in terms of, in fact, one of the books that I just recently is about to be on Amazon is the Essential Digital Asset Organizer for Attorneys and Their Clients. And digital assets are not just Bitcoin or tokens or NFTs. It's any online business that we have. It's my Square account. It's anything that you're doing online. And one of the reasons why I created this book is because of my daughter. She would have no clue all the multiple emails that I have, or what the passwords are, or where to go. And her first inclination would be to cancel my credit cards. Well, that would take my business down. And then all of a sudden she wouldn't be able to track the spider web of how I've created my businesses. And so I created the toolkit and the workshops so that way individuals in whatever line of business can understand whether it's the healthcare side, whether it's the professional side, whether it's the personal side, because also often we don't look at what our wills are or estate planning, and some people don't even have, and which is not necessarily fine, but I won't ever guilt trip anyone, but at the very least, they need to create their own digital asset organizer. So with that, a perfect client or lead would be anyone that has an online portal. I am not so concerned about their blockchain knowledge, even though I'm happy to educate anyone about the navigation. My main concern over this next year is making sure everyone has a will or has a digital asset organizer to support their families. Because again, we live in a hybrid world and we need to make sure that just like we prepare for our taxes with a box of receipts right before the deadline, we don't always have the awareness of when this deadline is going to be. So we need to all start now. So that's who, any referral on that side would be great because I'm all about service. And my daily routine, I've gotten proficient at using my calendar because I'm multitask in so many ways. So I use my Google or Outlook, and I will put in there priorities and my to-do list. And then that means if I don't get it done, I can move it to the next day or a different part of the week that I think I might be able to work on something. So I'm still paper and pen. I still have so many sticky notes and things like that. But since I'm traveling a lot, this is an easy way, and I also have notebooks for me to always be able to spot check. Did I meet the person or like when we meet people, everyone here, if I wanted to follow up with you in October, because you might be busy now, I put a reminder, October 1st, contact so-and-so, because otherwise I won't remember, because we're all going full speed ahead. So I'm really grateful to be here. I'd love to talk with all of you. So thank you. So I guess RT, I'm going to bounce.
RT, are you there?
Yes, yes. Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I audible? Okay, thank you. Well, hi, big hi to everyone. This is the first time I'm joining this meeting, and it's really very exciting to see so many dynamic women all around the world talking over here. So it's really very inspiring. I'm from India. My name is Aarti Nimkar, and I'm from Mumbai and partly from Goa. I'm a founder CEO of IDA, that stands for India Economic Development Association, and also an executive director for Global Chamber Goa chapter. Coming from a B2B business media profession, working there for last 30 years, and then turned my journey into an entrepreneurship from 2008, creating my own event properties in various industry verticals. It has been quite a journey. And then in 2014, incepting India Economic Development Association to work for the SMEs here in India, because it's a huge cluster and there is huge scope and there is a lot of work to do out here, because in India here, in every industry vertical, there is a huge need of awareness, training program, hand holding. So that's where the whole idea of incepting an association like IDA came into my mind. And then, of course, while doing my business, earning my bread and butter, I also thought of incepting IDA, and that's where I'm focusing completely now. So what we do in IDA is we work for entrepreneurs. We give them training programs, we create seminars for them, workshops, and we create B2B events for them, create a platform of buyers, sellers meet, investors meet, trade exhibitions. So that's how we handhold and completely help them to do their businesses, not only in India, but globally. That's my part of my work. And under IDA, I have 2 to 3 brands where we have 3i incubation cell for businesses. We have GSNA Worldwide, which is completely conducting the events, B2B events like conferences, seminar, exhibitions in India, pan India, as well as globally also. And of course, my passion is sorry about that, my pet. Sorry. So yeah, my passion is to work for the entrepreneurs helping them completely. And that's what we are doing, mentoring the entrepreneurs out here. We have more than 400 members in AIDA from Pan India. And now I'm focusing on my Global Chamber Goa chapter, where again we are I'm spearheading the Goa chapter over there, Goa chapter, and just started now since February. So yes, the whole process is very, very exciting. And well, that's me.
Thank you.
I think I'm going.
And
Thank you.
what habit you have or have had that have worked for you?
Yes. Well, if you'll ask me about a habit, what just now Jackie mentioned, I focus on the to-do list because I always try to plan my next day. Maybe because I have to look into my business and my association work, and also the empanelment, because I'm empaneled with various organizations here in India in a mentorship role. So there are too many things at a time which I have to multitask. So I really completely depend on my to-do. And if I'm putting 10 things over there, I make it sure that at least I'm striking 7 to 8 things out of that. So yes, that's the habit I very rigorously follow, because that helps me a lot. Thank you.
Wonderful. Do you want to call someone in the meeting next?
Oh yes, I don't know many over here, but I can call Christina. That's it. That's the right way I'm pronouncing the name, Christina.
Yes.
Yes, it's Christiana.
Okay, Christina.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Good
Can you hear
morning.
me?
Yes, we hear you and
Okay.
welcome. And thank you for
Yeah.
turning your camera on, and we are so happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you. This is my first time joining the meeting. And I'm joining from DC.
Oh,
I work as an intern with TIL, is called Technology Innovation Law Firm. So in the law firm, we have two parts. We are a Lego startup, and we also have an intellectual property aspect of the law of the firm. So basically what we do in the firm is we do trademark, copyright, patent. So if you have any form of your innovations that you want to register, those are what we do. And we also have the technology aspect of the law firm, which currently now we are developing a software, which I know everybody, we are in the AI world right now. Most people use ChatGPT and all. So the technology part of our law firm is developing a software called Tilly. I want us to look out for it. It will soon be launched. And Tilly is basically a software that will be used in our day-to-day activities that helps us to do research, especially if you need any bigger research. I think what I've heard so far in this meeting is what has worked for us. Just like the last speaker said, what has really worked for me is my to-do list. Days I don't keep to my to-do list, I feel like I've not achieved anything in that day. But when I keep to my to-do list, I always achieve a lot. That's one thing I believe that has worked for me. Also, this is my first time joining, so I might not really know what has been the usual practice. So apologies.
You're good. Thank you so much. You did everything that we've been doing. Okay, so did you want to call someone?
Okay. I don't know if Sarah. Okay.
Hi, thank you. Well, good
Okay.
morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone around the world. Great to be at these sessions. It's been a while since I've joined one of these, so happy to be back here. I'm Sarah Cornett. I'm located in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm originally from a very small town in Alabama. I've lived kind of all over the Southeast, so Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, and North Carolina. I am an AI consultant, so I have my own AI consulting firm. I help clients really with every step of their AI journey, from really, from the start, identifying their use cases, education in AI, understanding, the differences in machine learning, generative AI, deep learning solutions, to creating AI strategies, so custom AI strategies to deliver the maximum return on investment on AI solutions. I help in finding the right solutions for your business needs and implementation. So everything from really start to finish throughout your AI journey. A really great lead for me would be anyone interested in AI. I love to hear and meet with people from different groups. Christiana, I'd love to hear more about your AI solution you mentioned and the legal side. I love to connect with people in the AI community for sure, but a really great lead for me would definitely be a mid-sized to larger corporation interested in AI consulting. I also, just a plug from the Global Chamber, I'm going to be speaking about AI and women for women global business leaders at the Women in Global Leadership event. I think that's August 22nd. So be on the lookout for that event. That's going to be a great event. It's going to be located in Phoenix, but I'll be joining digitally. So I'll be talking a little bit more about AI and women in global leadership. So we'll be really excited to participate in that event. And a habit I have, I really resonate with a lot of what you all said with, the habit stacking, starting every day with affirmations and the to-do list and being really hyper organized. But another thing I'll plug that helps me a lot is once a week I actually block time for kind of my creative time, and it's really more for me to practice painting and pottery. Like I love art, and so that's a way for me to really unplug, as I'm really fully plugged into the digital world most of my days. So it's a way for me to step away from the screens and the technology and just really step back, and allows me to be creative and experiment and problem solve in a way that allows me to be fully unplugged and be really fully present in the work that I'm doing. So that's another great habit that I've really incorporated into my weekly schedule, and just helps me to stay focused, and just really helps me throughout the week.
Where are you located, Sarah?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. I just actually post something for you because we are having a conference and we are looking for an AI speaker. So take a look and let me know. I
Very
will
nice.
be happy to send you my contact. So anyways, do you want to call the next one?
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely connect after this, Maria, on that session. And I'm going to call on Coco to go next.
Hi. Yeah, my name's Corinne Wilhelm, but nobody can say it right here. So a French guy I met in London used to say, Corinne, I can't call you Corinne, it's Corinne. And so I'm going to call you Coco, and yeah, the name stuck. So um, I'm a corporate communication consultant, so I'm looking at leadership and diversity inclusion, this kind of thing, for small and medium-sized companies, although I do have some big companies as well, Siemens Energy and Delivery Hero and so on. But I actually really love working with women, not exclusively. I love to have men on board because they need to know what we need and they don't get it if you don't tell them. So that's what I do. I have a professional, female leadership program, and it starts tomorrow. And this is a trial that comes up before the end of the year, and then we're going to take it purely B2B in January. Yeah, a good lead for me is somebody in HR or somebody who has maybe 2 or 3 women in their team who aren't quite rising to the challenge yet. Maybe they don't have that faith in their abilities, but the boss certainly sees it, but he can't get them to come out of part-time work, or he can't get them to really kind of take the bull by the horns and do it. Yeah, and in terms of a habit, oh, by the way, I work in both English and German, so I don't really care. Just tell me which language you want to speak to me in, and I'll roll with it. Yeah, so I'm working mostly in DACH. I'm based in Berlin. Sorry, I mentioned that right at the beginning, but not everybody was here. So I'm based in Berlin in Germany. So I'm British, but I'm based in Germany. So I'm working with a lot of DACH companies, but also, Europe-wide, I would say. I don't have many US clients for the time zone reasons, but in Europe, I'm very active. Yeah, I also have a podcast. Now, let me see if I can do this right. This one here. Oh, I did it right. I normally did it the wrong way around. Okay, so it's called Experts Speak English, and it's free. You can listen in. I'm always looking for guests that know about communication topics. Haven't spoken about artificial intelligence yet, so Sarah, I will reach out to you about that. Yeah, so my habit. I've discovered Trello boards, and I'm a bit manic about my Trello board because I, like you, Anita, was it Anita that said everything's on paper? No, she's not there anymore. The blockchain lady. That's right, the blockchain lady. So it was Jackie. Yeah. And so I used to be a real paper girl, but I had paper fucking everywhere. Like I had so much paper, and I was feeling really like trapped. So I started moving everything onto this Trello board gradually, and I've got Trello boards for projects, but I've got one called Coco's Cockpit, which I thought was great at the time. And then I thought, Coco's Cockpit, that sounds kind of vulgar, doesn't it? Anyway, but that's the name of it now. So I'm stuck with the cockpit, which gives me a bit of a smile in the mornings. And I kind of organize everything in there. And that's my thing. And just very recently, I wouldn't say this is a daily habit because it's something I'm just going to do for 100 days. I'm on day 47 or something. And it's basically keeping a journal with 3 headings. You might want to try this out. So the 3 headings are purpose. What's my purpose? What do I need to prepare to do that? So preparation, and process. So getting your systems and processes in place, which is something I'm not particularly good at. So yeah, so those are the 3 things. So purpose, process, and preparation. And I've been doing that every day for about 40 days. And I'm getting quite a lot out of that. It's quite revealing. If you do it on a daily basis, you kind of, although you're doing the same 3 topics, somehow you discover a different side of you. And energetically, it's really kind of taken me up a notch in my business, I have to say. I'm meeting some really great people as a result of doing it. So I don't know, energetically, it just seems to be kicking in. That's it. Over and out. So I think, have we done everybody? Is anybody
Thank you,
else that we
Coco.
chose?
Coco, before we go, I
Linda.
really like your strategy. We might try at the end of this meeting to even think about this. I can totally see how something like that can really work, especially because thinking about the process, and how you're gonna get to the purpose. What is the purpose? How you gonna get there? And the purpose. So I can totally see it. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's not my idea. I got it from someone else, but I'm really loving it.
Well, it's working, seems like it. So that's great. Okay, now you can call someone.
I think we haven't heard from Linda yet. I'm intrigued to know what happens inside the life of a virtual photographer.
Well, it has a lot to do with technology, of course. Excuse me. So Linda Cazares, virtual photographer, remote photographer. I think that's probably a better description. I work with clients worldwide, and I never leave I should leave it more often, but I never leave my computer because my clients, excuse me, are all over the world. As I said, I've had clients in Japan, Argentina, Canada, of course, all over the United States. And what I do with these clients is give them a proprietary app that they put on their iPhone. And these aren't selfies, they're not, screenshots or anything. And AI, I use it a lot, but it's probably not really good for headshots yet or for photography. I've seen some with some really things coming out of people's ears and, that kind of thing. People don't understand how complicated it is for headshots. It's complicated anyway, and I love AI. I come from 30 years, I had my own high-tech marketing company where I worked with companies on channels of distribution, packaging, and marketing their products. And this goes back a long time ago. And I retired in 2001, right during the dot bomb. So it was a good time for me to leave that particular industry. And when I left, and it's something that I tell people, especially when I'm working with younger people, I said, always have a plan for when you retire. Well, a lot of times, you don't think far enough ahead for retirement because we're going to live forever. And what I didn't do at that point, because I was so involved emotionally and energy and creativity in my business, was I didn't plan for retirement. So when I retired, I went, okay, now what? For a few years, when you needed a third party to create your online newsletters and all, I did that for about 4 years, very lucrative. But at the time, then when Constant Concepts, see, I work with a company that's Constant CC. Anyway, that kind of killed that. But that was okay, because then it brought me into a hobby of photography. And I actually hired a photographer to show me how to turn the camera on. I'm not talking about just learning how to use the camera per se, but okay, where do I go? How do I put a lens on? You know, what does this mean? And so it was a hobby for a while. And then all of a sudden I went, okay, I'm buying a lot of equipment. I better apply it to a business. And that was really exciting. I did boudoir, business, branding. And what I found with all that was I was doing too much. I wasn't focusing in one area enough to develop that. So then I started with branding in particular. I love boudoir, but that was more of an aside. And then COVID hit, and I went, okay, now what? And because of a high-tech background, I went, okay, there has to be a technology solution. And I found at the time it was a bad solution. I won't even go into it. One that the resolution was so low that I had to fill in pixels just to make it look sharp enough for somebody to use. And then I found this other technology, which has been just amazing. To do headshots before I have a studio, people would come in, it would take hours and hours of editing and back and forth. I can work with a client for less than a half hour, about 15 minutes to take the headshot, 15 minutes to edit it for them, and they're done. So that's one of the reasons why working with worldwide corporations really works. What I look for are companies that have remote workers. That, as I said, worldwide. And that's been a really interesting journey, one of my passions is travel. So that's what's gotten really exciting. My next trip is going to be New Zealand. I've been over Europe. I've been to Germany, but not Berlin. And I find that to be really exciting. So the clients I'm looking for, as I said, are worldwide clients who have remote workers, mostly medium-sized businesses. I recently talked to a law firm that has like 2,500 employees worldwide. And I looked at it, I went, you know, I'd like to take the challenge on, especially if we could segment like one geographic area. But I think the kind of companies are more of the law firms, CPA firms, and coaching firms. I find that product companies so far don't work because they don't necessarily need headshots to represent their company. So that's why, to me, those service industries are important, because they use it for, you know, proposals online and whatnot. They have to know what the clients need to know who they're dealing with. My habits aren't as structured as all of you. My habit is get up in the morning. I get a slow start, because that to me is my meditation, not a structured meditation, but it's to get up, start the day rather slow, because I'm a hyper A-type personality, which frankly I'm trying to stay away from, because it didn't work for me. Over 35 years, it just didn't work anymore. So I like this. I get up, I walk my dog, I make breakfast, and then I kick in. As far as structures on the habit, I do a little bit of everything. I usually have a short list of what I need to do that day. What I need to do is prioritize it a little better, my ABC list. So anyway, so that's my habit. It's just starting out slow and ending the day at really high energy. And I love to cook, so for myself, and make dinners for myself. So anyway, thank you. And I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona right now, 112 degrees today. So it's good that I can stay in the house. Thank you.
Do you mind if I just mention something very quickly
Who's
to you,
saying?
Linda? I'm in the process of
Coco.
setting up this business connection with somebody I'm working with. what we're coming up with is getting photos of both of us together. So our workaround at the moment is to use an app like Bitmoji. So we've got like us both together, but of course that's not super professional, but it's better than nothing, right? So maybe that's something you could look into, people that are working together, but working remotely, so that you can get some nice photos of them when they're doing their first proposals or something like that, because we're working as coaches as well. And we are going to get together, but it won't be at the beginning of our journey together. It will probably be either when I'm in Turku for a speaking gig in November in Finland, or I will go to her place in Croatia. But for now, we need photos, but we're only on Zoom calls together. Yeah, and it just
I get that. I'm sorry. What you could also do is, if you couldn't come together, we can do headshots of both of you and blend them. So there are all kinds of options that can be done. Better if you're together. I do branding. So even though most of the business I work on is headshots, I have done a lot of branding imagery, and I've done book covers and that type of thing. So anything's possible with technology.
Great.
Almost.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. I think we have Carol. Carol? Yes, please go ahead.
Hi. Okay, I have like 7 minutes, so I will be fast, I promise. And okay, my complete name is Maria Carolina Ligami. I'm from Argentina, but I'm actually living in Barcelona now. I'm moving all the time, and I travel a lot because I attend to many events. And I'm the president of the company. I'm the president at Stillman Translation, the company. I do not own the company. I've been working here for 13 years this year. It's been my second job, so I don't have much experience. I mean, I just jump in this industry and start working. And I started as an English into Spanish proofreader because I had studied literature, and on the road, I have had like many teachers or mentors that have taught me everything I know now. So I'm very grateful for that. And what am I looking? Okay, we are in a weird situation in our industry because of all the AI thing. It's been like a crisis of trust in our clients, let's say like this. And because the client thinks that in general think that they ChatGPT or any other AI can do what humans were doing, like into translation or content generation and everything. And it's very hard because the numbers are going like down, and it's not just me, it's all the companies. So since Stillman was acquired by Canadian investors investor 2 years ago in 2022. No, sorry. Yeah, 2 years ago. And it's official that we are not only one company, but two companies. I'm the president of Stillman Translation, but there is a sister company, the Stillman Factory, that does strategic communication and digital marketing too. So we start like pushing a little bit Stillman Solutions team, that it's the umbrella brand for both companies. And well, we are selling multilingual communications now, like in the strategy and in the content creation and everything we can do, CSM in different languages, like everything. So we are in a very creative period, but we are also like in a very stressed period too. And I think that you all can understand me. And well, I moved to Barcelona 2 months ago or so. I started traveling. I'm actually from Cordoba, Argentina. That is the third city, the city there, and it's a very nice city, and I really love my city. But I get bored there, so and it's winter now. So I moved to Barcelona because I really like this city. I did a master 2 years ago, and yeah, and from April 21 to April 22, I did a master in leadership and coaching, and it helped me a lot to to set a balance between professional life and personal life in the company. And I have the feeling that I'm more prepared to guide the people in my team. I mean, my managers now. So, well, that's the story. And my habit, I don't have like a daily habit, but I have the habit to plan events. So I'm all the time looking for tickets to go to shows or to participate in active meditations, or to climb a mountain, or to travel somewhere I don't know. So it's part of keeping myself inspired, and it's part of my innovation mindset. If I stay only in one place, like looking at my computer, how I will sell the idea to my managers that they should be creative. I mean, I'm not giving the example, so I'm up to, but I really want to give them the example. So yeah, that's my story.
Thank you so much. Well, we have 2 minutes, and with that, I would like to invite everybody to please write your contact information in the chat, and most important, save the chat before we finish the meeting, because otherwise we won't have those connections. And as you know, following up is the big part of really getting to know each other and doing business. With that, please save your chat. I will give a couple minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Let's go around quick and give me one word about how you feel leaving this meeting. I'm going to start with myself. I actually feel very energized. Anita.
Absolutely energized. I love this group.
Thank you. Sarah.
I would say hopeful, I would say.
Great. Jackie. Jackie?
Yeah, no, I had to unmute. Sorry. I learned so much from everyone. And I also learned that I need to reframe some of the things that I'm doing. And by listening to you guys, that really helped me. So thank you so much.
Great. Sally.
Inspired.
Great. Beatriz.
Inspired too.
Great. Carol.
Motivated.
Great. Linda.
Excited. I was going to say inspired, but excited.
Great.
This group
Coco?
great.
I also had inspired.
Yay, let's give ourselves a round of applause. And I will see you next month, guys. Have a great week.
When do you meet?
Thank you.
Is it
Excuse me?
always the same? Is it always the same time each?
Yes.
What's the routine like?
Yes, it's once a month. It's the 4th Wednesday of every month.
The 4th Wednesday of every month. Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Last. Is it the
The
4th or
last.
the last?
I think it's the last. Sorry. Thank you, Anita, for the clarification. Yes, the last. Yes. Sometimes the months are going, kind of weird. Yeah.
Very quick.
The problem with scheduling my August forum as well.
Yes. Bye-bye. Have a great
Bye-bye.
day. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.